I had the police shut down my stepsister's wedding, and it's because she committed the worst crime imaginable. I, female 32, lost my mom when I was 23. It was by far the most traumatic loss I had experienced. I just couldn't and didn't want to accept her death. It was unfair, untimely, and preventable. I got in therapy and was doing better, but I had issues with my dad's new wife and her daughter, who's 25 and just got married 2 weeks ago.
Stepmom isn't always the best thing to throw in those situations.
If Disney has taught me anything, is to distrust all step things. We do not have a close relationship, but we were cordial enough to sit at dinner tables. My stepsister treats me as a relative and was very distant from me. But after my father got sick, we had to see each other a lot. I'm handling his care while stepmom works full-time, and stepsister doesn't do much, though she's always visiting when I moved in to help my dad. Before that, I was living with my ex, so I returned home just in time. I brought with me all of my mom's belongings, and my stepsister showed interest in my mom's necklace and asked if she could borrow it to wear at her wedding.
I'm just going to borrow it,
It looks cute. It looks cute. It might be haunted. I refused. And she tried every method in the book to convince me, to the point where I had to put it in a place where I thought it would be safe after my stepmother got involved. It's my dead mom's jewelry. No, you can't have it.
Could I at least have that, please?
As the wedding approached, they both kept convincing me to let my stepsister have it. She bragged about affording a better one, but it was a matter of just showing who's in control. I stood my ground and told them how serious I was, and they backed off. I didn't attend the wedding to stay with my dad. I remember wanting to change where I was hiding the necklace while the house was empty, but I found out that it was gone.
Why?
After searching for hours, I called my stepmom and she said, not to worry, my stepsister took it and will return it when the wedding is over. But it was clear that I won't see it till after the honeymoon, since she said her daughter was staying at a hotel.
What are you going on the beach like, I need the diamonds to reflect sun on me and give me a sand?
I screamed at her to return it, but she argued about not wanting to leave the guests and the wedding had already started. I told her I'd get it myself, but she forbid me from coming, saying she'd have to keep me out for wanting to make a scene. Maybe you shouldn't have stolen her family heirloom if you didn't want her to make a scene. I called the police and explained to them what was happening. I informed them my stepsister intended to leave for her honeymoon with my property. I now pronounce you man and put your hands in the sky where I can see them. The police were sent to where the wedding was being held, and they were able to retrieve the necklace from my stepsister. She and my stepmom were in shock and livid. Stepmom returned home and kept shouting at me, calling me petty and crazy to send the police to my stepsister's wedding, ruining it and humiliating them over a piece of jewelry. She was screaming at my sick dad, telling him to handle me after that stunt that I pulled at the wedding. I defended myself, saying I only wanted an item that belonged to me that they took without my permission. She argued further that I could have waited to get it back, but I chose to burn the bridge with my stepsister and said that she considers me dead after this. She said stuff I can't mention here, but all I can say is it was a bad night. I might have overreacted by getting the police involved, but I had no guarantee of getting the necklace back since I have had that experience with them in the past. So, am I the a-hole? I want to know who you think is the a-hole in this story and what you would have done if someone stole like a priceless heirloom from you and said, oh, I'm going to return it later. What would you do? Put your answers in the comments right this freaking second. But while you're doing that, John, what do you think?
I think we do have the obvious a-hole move of stealing the necklace. But I will say the issue of doing it at the wedding, I would probably go to the wedding and just literally like sit there and watch her with the necklace and make sure I have eyes on it at all times. And then when she goes in a back room or like whatever, follow her and be like, all right, you got to give me the necklace now. Because I understand the worry of like, oh, well, what if she just dips and then never comes back with it? I could have called the cops on you. I wanted to not cause a scene, but I'm here right now. You got to give it to me. No one's going to notice. Your day's going to go
so
fine.
just make sure that OP gets it back before the wedding's over. Is OP justified in doing this? I think so. Like it's within her rights.
Yeah.
You know, she has every right to call the police for stolen property, which is what happened. I think OP is a little bit of the a-hole for just like going as far as she did.
Yeah.
But I mean, obvious a-hole is the stepsister and the stepmother. Anyway, let me know what you would do. Put your answers in the comments and we'll see you soon.